I'm certainly glad that you could join me today for another ASMR video. Now, today's video is different in the fact that it's not going to be a normal sound assortment video. Today is dedicated to questions that y'all have been asking for a while. So, if you are a returning subscriber, you're finally going to get those questions answered. And if you're a new visitor, this is the perfect opportunity for you to learn a little bit about me. So, I hope you're excited. I am very excited. So let's dig in to y'all's amazing questions. I'm going to be using my handy dandy phone, which, funny thing is, I was shopping for prom the other day, and I think I left my phone in the dressing room, and I forgot it in there, and somebody came in after me, and I think they stole it, because when I went back about an hour later, it was gone. So I had to buy a new phone. But so far I'm really liking the iPhone 7 is what I got. It doesn't have a button though, which is kind of weird. But I think we can handle that. Alright, so we're gonna get into the first questions, and these aren't in any order or anything like that. But we're just gonna be answering them. Some of them came from you, and some are just random questions that I thought you would be interested in. So the first question is, do you collect anything? And this was a question that I thought y'all would think was interesting. I used to collect baseball cards, football cards. I go through these different stages where I get really involved in collecting an item, and then after a while I just lose interest and stop collecting. I guess it's just different phases I go through, but yeah, I used to collect football cards. I had so many. Don't really know what happened to them. I might have sold them, I don't know, I can't remember. But yeah, I also collected retro video games. So if any of you are into that, I had like the PS1, PS2, PS3. I had like 3 Game Boys. I had a Nintendo 64, a GameCube. I had a Game Gear by Sega, and I also had lots and lots of different video game consoles, which was very interesting. I would go to like the flea markets all the time, just literally searching for game consoles. And now I just collect ASMR triggers, so I guess you could say I leveled up from that. Besides creating ASMR, what is your number one passion? My number one passion, I actually have a few. Besides YouTube, I really like to paint. I like to sing. And I guess you could say I really like to act. So like being in plays and stuff like that. I guess those are hobbies. I don't know if you could consider that a passion. But if you are wondering about a job, I still don't know what I'm going to be doing yet for my career. This is working out pretty well so far though. But yeah, passions. I hope that answered the question. Next question. What is a common trigger that I don't like? A lot of people are probably going to kill me over this. So please have mercy. I am unarmed. Okay? I don't really like mouth sounds. It has to be a very certain type of mouth sounds. Like popping sounds or dry mouth sounds. I don't really like wet mouth sounds. Like, I don't really like that kind of stuff. It doesn't help me relax. because I would rather be listening to mic brushing or tapping, various different things like that, rather than mouth sounds. It's not that it's necessarily a bad thing, but I just don't personally prefer it like I do with other triggers, which is probably why my channel doesn't have a lot of those sounds on it. I do have to say, a couple mouth sounds that I have seen that have worked for me would have to be NO ASMR and JoJo's ASMR. NO ASMR does like a really dry mouth sounds, like a that kind of stuff. And JoJo's ASMR does kind of the same thing, but he like layers his sounds, so you hear like a little in the background at the same time, which is pretty cool to me. Which of your own videos is your favorite? That's a tough one. I like a lot of my videos. I don't ever watch my own ASMR videos though, like for relaxation, but I do have a couple videos that were my favorite to actually make, and I think the main one would have to be either tingly tapping on jars from a while back, because I liked the aesthetic of the video. I thought it looked pretty good. I also like my most popular video, which is the ASMR for people. No, I know. My most popular video is 99.9% of you will sleep to this ASMR video. That's my favorite. And also ASMR for people who don't get tingles, where I'm holding the foam ball thing. I don't know what it's called. I just tap on it, and if it works, I bring it into a video. But I didn't educate myself on the name. I think it's called Floam. I'm not sure, but you can comment down below if you know. How long does it take you to make and edit a video? I've seen this comment so many times, and a lot of people, including friends, always like to know this question. To actually record a video, I'd say it takes usually an hour, because I'm searching around the house for different items that I would like to use in a video if I haven't already planned what I'm going to use. That takes about 30 minutes, and then I have to set everything up, and that's like another 10 minutes, and then the actual recording process is anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. I think the most amount of time that something takes is probably editing. Editing my videos takes probably around an hour to 2 hours, because a lot of things happen behind the scenes that people don't see, such as loud noises, different things like that. So I have to edit all those out, and then sometimes I leave them in, and it's like a funny little surprise for you guys. I'm sure you don't really like it because it's probably super loud, me clearing my throat, something like that. So I'm sorry if you ever had to deal with that, but I try to take those all out. And then sometimes I add trailers to the videos, which I have to edit that in there, and I also have to add like fades and cross dissolves, stuff like that. If you have ever worked with Premiere Pro, you would know what I'm talking about. Are you left-handed or right-handed? You know, the really funny thing is about this question is that I'm a right-handed person. Very funny, right? It's really uncommon. I don't know why I am a right-handed person, because it kind of makes me stick out like a sore thumb because of how unpopular it is to have a right hand. Next question. Now we're getting into questions that you asked. So the first one is by Carmelita Chloe, who was the first ASMR YouTuber you watched. I think the first ASMR video I watched was one of those like oddly satisfying videos that didn't have any person in it. However, I didn't really know what an ASMR artist was until I really dug into the concept. And I think the first people that I watched was ASMR Darling, just because she has the most popular videos on ASMR, like the 30 triggers to help you sleep, and NO ASMR. I used to watch him a lot, and also Ravi Davi ASMR. So those are the three that I watched before I started doing it myself. What is a place you would really like to visit? And that question is from Teresa Santos. A place I've always wanted to visit is France. I think that France would be a beautiful place at nighttime, and I would love to get a hotel like right by a window so I could look outside at all the lights at nighttime and see the Eiffel Tower. That would probably cost my whole life, though, to be able to afford that. But we'll see. Hopefully I can scrap together enough to make that happen. But yeah, that's my dream place to go. I'm also a fan of going to California, because that's my original hometown, state, city. California is my city. Don't quote me on that. Well, piggybacking off of... Did I just say piggybacking? Yes, I did. Don't quote me on that either. Piggybacking off of the last question, I think that I would like to learn French, because French is the language of love. Bonjour. And I think that would give me some points with the ladies if I knew how to speak French. And also, it's just a really cool language. It sounds very smooth. And if I ever do go to France, I would need to know a little thing or two, because I need to be able to say, can I order a hamburger? Because that's important information right there. D-Series or PewDiePie? And that question is from Aussie Kangaroo Gaming 54. That's pretty much a very easy question, and the answer to that question happens to be PewDiePie. I know, again, really uncommon. I apologize. I know I'm not going with the crowd on this one. I just, I want to be the odd one out and like PewDiePie, so my answer is PewDiePie. I'm starting new trends here. Alright, Amy Lee Pulse says, any ASMR artists you'd want to collab with? I don't know if I would want to currently, because I'm really busy right now, and collabs take a lot of work and preparation. But if I ever did do a collab in the near future, I would want it to be either PJ Dreams ASMR, JoJo's ASMR, or Marno ASMR. I think that would be cool. Oh wait, no, definitely ASMR Glow. I would want to do a collab with ASMR Glow, and that would be pretty crazy. Okay, John Pierce asks, did you ever think you would be this popular on YouTube? Never in a blue moon did I expect to have 389,000 subscribers. It still blows my mind because back when I was 9 or 10, all the way until I was like 13 or 14, I had wanted, or no, actually up until I was like 15, so a good 5, 6, 7 years or so, I always wanted to do YouTube. It was my dream, and now that it's actually kind of taken place and is actually like happening, is completely mind-boggling, because I remember almost giving up doing YouTube at one point because of how hard it was. But it's just all about luck, and you just gotta make that right video. For me, it was the boyfriend video, and everything worked out, and y'all have been completely incredible. I love you guys, more than you know. But yeah, it's incredible, because this has been my dream for a really long time, and it's cool that it's actually happening. Would you rather eat a napkin that fell on the floor, or eat a speck of aluminum? Skelly. Well, let's weigh our options here. So, eating a napkin that fell on the floor would probably be easily digestible because it's paper. And, but it depends where. Like, if somebody dropped it on the, let's say, bathroom floor and it fell in like a puddle of like, I don't know, but I don't want to get into too much detail. If I ate that, I wouldn't want to, because that would be gross, and I'd probably pick the aluminum foil. But if it just fell on the carpet where nobody had stepped in the world, I think I would choose the napkin because I don't think aluminum is digestible. So I would have like metal in my stomach for indefinitely. Okay. Samishkla M says, what is your worst fear? I think my worst fear is probably school, hands down. I've always been worried about school and if I'm going to graduate and all that. I know I'll pull through and probably end up graduating and all that, but I always have a doubt in my mind because I'm not really confident in my schooling, even though I usually do pretty well in it. I just am always on edge about school. So, school is my worst fear, and it's probably is for a lot of you guys. Alright, what makes you insecure? And that's from the same person. I guess something that makes me insecure is my hair. I always want my hair to look good because it's like my favorite feature. And so if you didn't notice, I'm always fixing it and stuff like that. So if it looks terrible, I'm probably a little more insecure about myself. But if it looks good, then I am like freaking confident. Yo, I'm never doing that again. But Pixel Gamer asks, will I be in the video? Yes. Yes, you will. Bar Andre says, how old are you? I am actually 17 years old. And if you guys want to look at the date of my birth, you can go to famousbirthdays.com, DennisASMR, and click the little boost button to help get me on #1 on the ASMR web stars. That would be pretty cool. And I would just think that would be cool for the Dennis ASMR fam to be #1. I don't really care though. I'm fine with where I'm at. NG says, is Dennis your real name? This has been a controversy for a really long time. Pieces started to unfold. The walls started to cave in, and people started to find out that my name truly wasn't Dennis at all. In fact, my Dennis, what am I saying? My name is Owen, and Dennis is my middle name that I chose for the channel because I thought it sounded better. So I hope that finally answers y'all's question. No, my actual first name is not Dennis, but it kind of is in a way because it's my middle name. So yes, Dennis is my name. Okay, we're gonna look at another question. Queen Shook says, what's the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you? The most embarrassing thing that ever happened to me was probably when I was in Washington, D.C. for the Veteran Memorial Service thing, and all the veterans were outside, and we were at the reflecting pools. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but the reflecting pools are basically very still bodies of water that have little words at the bottom of the water, and it's super clear so you can look through it. I thought it was glass, and so I stepped onto it and literally just plummeted into it, and everybody was looking at me, and I was just walking dripping wet until I got to the bathroom and had to use the fan to dry myself off. So, because you could say that was pretty embarrassing. How tall are you, Dennis? Love from Malaysia. Emmett Noor commented that. I am 5'9", almost 5'10", so I'm not too tall, but I'm not too short. I think it works out pretty fine. Both of my parents are not tall. My mom is like 5 foot, and my dad is 5'8", so I shouldn't be as tall as I am, but I'm not complaining at all, because I used to be very short. Like, I was the shortest all the time. Now I'm, like, taller than most people that are my friends, but I guess it's not a big deal. Aubrey Z says, when you do your boyfriend roleplays, what is the image in your head of the person you're talking to? It's pretty much the camera, because that's what I'm looking at, and so I can't really think of anything else but the camera, so, yeah. I'm sorry for you to hear that. But here's a couple other questions that I'm gonna throw out there. Let me put up my phone really biggest role model. I think my biggest role model would have to be my brother, or my grandpa, because they were both very great people, and they're just great people to be around, and they're really cool. So that's pretty sweet. What is my favorite food? My favorite food would have to be Jersey Mike's Italian sub. Love that stuff. It's pretty good. And my favorite song would have to be Better by Khalid, or When I Was Your Man by Bruno Mars. My favorite genre of music is actually pop, but I do like to listen to plays and stuff like that. And for the question that every single person has been waiting for in this video and outside of the video, I get so many of these comments on my live streams, comments on my videos. It's literally the number one question on my channel, I believe, and that is if I am gay. And I will finally answer that question, even though I've answered it many times before. This will be the last time I answer it. So, pay attention, and if somebody asks again, you can be the one to tell them. So, I'm giving you a job. I am straight. I don't know why so many people ask if I'm gay. It might be because my voice is like higher than a normal 17-year-old, which I don't mind. Also, I hang around with my best friend Christopher, like, all the time, so that also makes people question if I'm gay or not. But no, I am straight. I like girls. And, yeah, so I hope that answers your question. I think we are supposed to respect each other, and I respect all of you watching who are in that community, and I just respect everybody and love everybody. So that's what I try and do, and I hope you'll respect me in the fact that I am straight. With that being said, that is my video. I hope you did enjoy. I hope you leave a like on this video if you did enjoy, and I hope you leave a comment on a question that maybe wasn't answered in this video, and I will try and answer a lot of those questions in the comment section below to this video. Thank you so much for watching. Love you guys, and I'll see you next time on Dennis ASMR.